I don't know why the media has not covered this. I know it's good to unionize, and I'm all for the union. They need to be union. It definitely does. But there is a life that's lost here. Those people in Alabama, God willing, they will get unionized, and that's fine. I don't know if there's been any deaths in Alabama, but since I've been doing my research, my sister is the first person who is COVID testing and who has passed away. I need everybody to know that. I want everybody to know that my sister is the first COVID tester to pass away. She had no business doing that. She did not work at the hospital. She did not go to medical school. She did not say, okay, I'm gonna go to be a doctor and this is something that I'm just gonna have to do. I'm gonna have to come in here and do this. She did not. She signed up to be a night sorter at Amazon. She had no business COVID testing. So I'm all for the union and everything, but we're here, we can talk about it. Tomorrow we're going to talk about it. We're going to go home. They're going to vote. I'm going home without my sister. I'm going to wake up tomorrow without my sister. She's going to wake up without her mother. My sister is gone. She is gone. Somebody could have hired doctors to come in there and test and still can do it. And they still don't have doctors in there testing from what I know. Maybe you know more than me, but from what I know. So I want everybody to know, and I want the media, I want everybody to keep speaking my sister's name, keep talking about it, because my sister is the first person who was a COVID tester to die. She did not work at the hospital. It's not like she was God forbid, God bless all the nurses and the doctors. They went to school to be nurses and doctors. That's what they wanted to do. That was their career. That was their profession. You understand that? My sister did not go to school to be a nurse or doctor. She is the first person that worked at Amazon COVID testing to die. And I want everybody to talk about it. Everybody should be talking about it. All the news, all the medias, all the papers should be talking about it. Everybody should be talking about it. Because she did not sign up to do that. She had no business in there COVID testing. She had no business.
And I also want to point out that, you know, they were talking about it here. There's just a culture of paralysis where people are afraid to speak up because they're going to lose their job. But workers here, I don't want to blow up anybody's spot, but workers have approached you. And workers did tell you, yeah, she was doing this, but they're deathly afraid to speak up because Amazon.
I mean, yeah, they're scared. It's video, it's text messaging. They sent it to me. I have it, and not to mention that's my sister. I talked to her 20 times a day. I have it. I know what she was doing. I seen what she was doing. They're scared. But the truth is the truth, and the facts are the facts. The truth is the truth, and the facts are the facts, because guess what? It's God forbid it be another Pushan Brown. You understand that? She had no business doing it, and she was doing it, and everybody knows that she was doing it.
And I just want to ask you personally, because you told me this, which I was horrified by. But when you were working there, because you worked with your sister for a while, during the winter, you were driving for them?
Yes.
So tell me what happened, because
my car slid on black ice. My car slid on black ice, and I was doing I think I was doing Prime. I was doing a Prime. I had a Prime shift, and my car slid on black ice. And I had 3 more packages. I remember like it was yesterday. I was in the Northern Virginia. I was in like Lee's, not Lee's, what's that called? Like near Herndon Ruston area. And my car slid on black ice, but it was a car in front of me that they had already gotten an accident. So instead of me to crash into the back, I slid off the road. When I slid off the road, I missed the guardrail this much. My sister was in Baltimore. She was doing a run in Baltimore, which actually, when I called her to tell her what happened, she had just told me that she had slipped and fell. You remember when your mom was out there doing the Fresh in Baltimore? Yeah, she slipped and fell down the stairs. She had just called to tell me she had slipped and fell. And so what happened was I had called in to them to let them know that there was an accident, and I had almost gotten an accident, but my car was off the road, and I needed to call AAA or see if they could help. Or see just the procedure, because that was the first time it happened. What's going to happen? Are y'all going to send somebody for me, or how does it work to get the car out? And they asked me, was the car okay? And they asked me how many more routes that I have to do, what area was I in, and how many more routes that I have to do. And I told them, they looked me up because I'm on GPS, and they saw that I was about 3 miles within the next route. They asked me, could I go ahead and do the other, and could I go ahead and do the packages, the 3 deliveries? Because when you're driving, they have you on GPS so they can see where you are and you know how far you are.
So let me get this straight. You're driving for Amazon, dropping off those Prime deliveries, so enjoy your 4-hour package. You hit black ice, you drive off the road. They don't ask, are you okay? They ask, is the car okay? And then, can you finish your packages?
Well, they asked, I was okay after the supervisor called me back the 3rd time to ask me why couldn't I deliver the packages, and I told them that I was scared. I said, I'm scared. It wasn't snow, it was ice. And I told them, I said, it's not worth it. I got kids. And that's one of my exact words. And they said, well, can you at least deliver them? We'll map it out, the real, re-GPS me, re-navigate me so that I can, take a better route. They could do all of that. And I told them no. And they said, well, you want to go all the way back to the warehouse to drop? I said, I surely do. And I surely will. And I signed off and logged off, and that was it. And I told her we were done with that. We were done.
So I think it's important because, the media who's been slobbering all over Amazon, it's fucking disgusting. Excuse my French.
You know what I'll say to the media, Jordan, this is what I'll say. We're out here now. When they were calling me and they were interviewing me, asking me, and saying, oh, well, they said that they weren't doing that. They were giving this and that. They were doing it. And like I told them, I ain't got no reason to lie. I'm going to state the facts to you. I work there. I'm going to state the facts to you. We're going to talk about facts. You go there. If you think I'm lying, if you think anybody out here is lying, go undercover and get a job at Amazon and see what happens. What somebody got to lie to you for? I done lost everything. My sister's already gone. What I got to lie to you for? I seen her. I was on the phone with her. People sent me the stuff.
Well, I think it's important because the media is pointing out how efficient Amazon is. Oh, the efficiency. The efficiency.
They like to go undercover and do stuff like that. They can go undercover and go online and fill out an application and go work at Amazon and see what's going on. Those packages are blood packages, and that's what it is. Like I said, if you work for Amazon, you're going to pay for it. Whether it's physically, mentally, emotionally, you're going to pay for it. And just at the end of the day, I lost my sister. And like I said, I want some answers. I want to know why you have people in there COVID testing illegally. Because the CDC says that you should not be COVID testing if you're not. You gonna let me put a swab up your nose right now? Okay, exactly. So why?
I like you, but no.
Thank you. So my thing is that it's not right, and I don't know why they're not talking about it. They want to talk about everything else. Let's talk about this. And I just want Jeff to know, my sister, you did my sister wrong. She loved working for your company. When she was so excited when she started working for your company. Even after the car accident, even after these things, she worked for you to the day she died. She had no business doing that. You had no business putting her in a position. And then 2 months of counseling.
And I think it's also still kind of just absolutely terrible. For 3 months, this is January, Amazon has not been pressured, other than me. They have not been forced to answer any questions about this. You have a young woman, a worker, a mother, that suddenly drops dead. Amazon has not had to answer for any of it. Right? They have not, the media, they basically told the CNBC reporter, oh no, she wasn't testing. And the CNBC reporter passed that off as fact and moved on. Well, I don't know. I don't really have reason to think she's lying. I don't think other workers that have spoken to her are lying. Other workers that I've spoken to are lying. And I've seen on video this tiny little area that they had Pashan and others testing coworkers. So I think personally, if you have a simple answer and you have evidence that this is all some type of miscommunication, what we think is happening did not happen, then you'd probably come out pretty quickly and say that. But they don't. And the thing is, Amazon spends, we're talking hundreds of millions of dollars on PR. And they hire PR people to spin the media, to make the media compliant, to make the media push out this nonsense that they're so efficient and oh, how wonderful they are that they pay their workers $15 minimum wage. Well, for that $15 minimum wage, they're killing people, either acutely like this or over time. But the workers at Amazon are saying 1 hour at Amazon feels like 10 hours anywhere else. I'm sure, and you said it so beautifully, why was she doing this? Because of her daughter.
Everybody, yeah, I seen in the news and I seen in the comments, some people, they say, well, I wouldn't have did it. You can't say what you would have did because you're not in nobody's shoes. Until your back is up against that wall and your back is through that wall and you got people depending on you, you can't say what you would have did. You can't say nothing what you would have did. But why you asking what my sister, who is no longer here, what should have did? You should be asking Jeff, why is this man the most richest man in the world? And this is the thing, I don't want people to get this misconstrued at all. His money is his money. But at the end of the day, you had somebody in your house, in your business, in your place of establishment doing something illegal they had no business doing. You don't think you're going to have to answer for that? You don't think that you're going to have to answer for that? If some painters come to your house and they slip and fall in your house, you don't think you're going to have to answer for that? No, we're going to follow the rules. We're going to follow the rules. Because if somebody was working at Amazon and they were still in it there, they're going to prosecute them to the fullest of to the law. Yes or no? So we're going to follow the rules here. You have my sister working in your facility, illegally COVID testing, and she is no longer here. And we're going to go on with our lives, and you don't think you're going to have to answer nothing? You don't think you're going to have to show face to me? Absolutely not. Show face to the law. That's against the law. You cannot, you broke the law. And you're going to have to answer for that. And that's just what it is. You're going to have to answer for that. Somebody's going to have to call me. Somebody's going to have to talk to me. We're going to have to talk about it. I want to talk. I want to talk.
I'm sorry, do you mind picking that up? I want to show people who your sister was. So this was Pashan, a beautiful young woman. And she was born in 1982, so would have been 40 next year. And I just want to ask, I know it's not easy to talk about, but could you just share with people, just tell me a little bit about who she was? What kind of woman was this? What kind of mother was this?
I'm about to get emotional because when you said she would have been 40 next year, that's true. She would have been. My mom just turned 64 yesterday. And it was so sad and depressing because if Dukes was here, she would have been making her cake. She would have baking her cake. She loved to cook. She loved to bake. If Pooh was here, we would have had a whole feast for my mom. And my birthday is next month. And my sister, you're right, she would have been 40 next year. It hurts. It's I mean, I can just tell you that she was just the sweetest thing. She never said no. That was her problem. She never said no. She was the sweetest thing. She was the most kindest, caring person. Oh gosh, she was so, I'm not gonna say gullible, but she would just, if you knew her, you had a friend in her. She was a good mom, an outstanding sister. She was in my corner no matter if I could be dead wrong, and she would be right there with me. She was a good daughter. She was my mom's favorite. I don't know, that hit me that she would have been 40 next year.
Sorry, I didn't mean to upset you.
It's okay. It's okay. Because yesterday was hard because my mom turned 64, and I'm thankful that she did because I don't know, it's a lot for her because when my sister passed, my mom wasn't doing well. She didn't want to be here. So, you know, we kind of out. I don't even know if out of that zone, but I told you personally because you would call me every day. For the first month, my mom was, you know, she didn't want to be here.
She wouldn't eat?
No, she would not eat at all. It was around the clock doctors. I had the doctor's cell phone number. They would call me because I didn't know if my mom was going to make it, you know. But Dukes was the sweetest thing, and she could cook anything for you. She could bake anything for you. Anything that you needed, she would try to help you. Anything. It's so crazy because she was at work, and my oil light came on in the car. This was 2 weeks before she died. And I called her, and she was at work. It was like 8 o'clock in the morning, and she said she went in early that day. And she said, I already know what you need. And I said, and she said, FaceTime me. So she was at work, I FaceTimed her. And she was like, you see that thing that says, you know, the little drop? She said, that's where you put the oil at. And she said, just bring the car up here, I'll do it. I said, I'm scared to drive it. So she walked me through everything over the phone, how to change the tire, all of that stuff. It's just like everything. She could do anything. She could do anything she could do. Even though she was my little sister, she was like my big sister. And I miss her so much. Every minute that goes by, I think of her. Every minute that goes by, I miss her so much. And I would give anything to see her again.